And welcome back, everyone, to the Week of What If. Today's Week of What If suggestion comes to us from Lord Jiraiya, Nick Miracle, Naman Join, Anime King, Jim Nelson, and Cal Price, who asked the question, what if Nagato gave Naruto his Rinnegan? Now, why is this a one-shot? Well, because of when it takes place in the series. The pain arc comes, then there's the Kage Summit, and then there's the War arc. That's it. So there's no logical reason to make this a multi-part series. But this is something I've actually done a couple times in other Naruto What Ifs, where Naruto ultimately is given his Rinnegan. Now, the question would obviously be why and how. Well, why is safekeeping, and Naruto would make better use of it. How? Well, you rip the eyes out. The question becomes, would Naruto willingly take the eyes? That would be the argument. It's like, why are you giving these to me? It's like, because they cannot fall into the wrong hands. Well, and Conan probably was these are your eyes are the prize of this of our village. If they only make us a target. Yeah, you and I both know we would not be able to stop him, no matter how much prep time it would prep we would need. And so, Nagato does the Rin rebirth, dies, and passes his eyes on the Naruto. Naruto accepts them, but he's not sure about, taking them. And he even hears the fox, kind of protesting. He says, you don't you dare. Those are not your eyes to take, boy. And Naruto's like, what? You're a lot more targeted than normal. What the hell? And so Naruto ultimately, I think, would agree to do it. I think it's after the Kage Summit, though. I think, he's got the eyes, and he's got the eyes with the toad is what he's got. So they're not going to be able to steal him or anything like that. So when he eventually goes to do the training on the turtle, beforehand, he does have the surgery to have the eyes put in his head. He's recovering. And he's still recovering when they get to the island. Now, this is important because of what the Rinnegan is. Now, the Rinnegan does activate when you have the two spirits of Ashura and Indra connected together, the two active reincarnations of them, chakras mixed together, you will awaken the Rinnegan. That's the layman term how it works. That's how Madara did it, although it took forever and he was near the end of his life until he ultimately activated the Rinnegan. But that's still how he did it. Danzo wasn't actually intending to gain the Rinnegan. Ironically, though, had either the two individuals he had taken, had he actually taken Sasuke's eyes and some of Naruto's DNA, he actually theoretically could have. Think about this for a second. In a wacky fanfic way, and this is not what I'm doing here, if Naruto and Sasuke really wanted to, because we know clones can be grown in this world, they could go to Orochimaru, say, here's our DNA, make us Rinnegan clones, and then you get a Rinnegan, you get a Rinnegan, you get a Rinnegan, or just Rinnegan clones away. It really would not be that difficult. It's cultivating that and just waiting, because I'm sure Orochimaru could, expedite that process, because both of them are still alive. They are Ashura and Indra reincarnated, still around. But because of that, because it still is a power of the six paths and the Osutsuki, more importantly, but the six paths, if the Rinnegan were to be implanted in Naruto, I personally do believe that is when Hagoromo shows up. Not near the end when Sam and Sasuke are having this, or near death's door, and he's kind of visiting both of them at the same time. I do think that's still... I think because a six paths ability is inserted in Naruto, who also holds the nine-tailed fox, half of nine-tailed fox at any rate, the most powerful tail beast, I would get the impression Hagoromo might show up. Now, oftentimes I think, okay, I'm going to give you the six paths chakra here. I'm not 100% sure on that this time around, though. And the other times where I've said you get the six paths chakra, Naruto has had other things going on. He's had other abilities, whatnot. So he's just a far more powerful individual, kind of much more near where Hagoromo would want him to be. Here, I think it would be more like he talks to Naruto. He's like, Naruto, wait, who are you? And all of a sudden he hears the fox wail. Oh man. Kurama, it's good to see you again. I actually don't know what the Hagoroma's English dub voice sounds like. It's good to see you again, my son. I was like, no, you're dead. How are you? I was like, oh, you're still as feisty as ever, aren't you? Oh, no, Kurama, why are you like this? Why should I help them? Why should I do anything they say? They enslaved and imprisoned me, all for existing, all for power. It's like, I see, and yes, I know, my son, but can you honestly say? But can you honestly blame them for their fear? Everything that's gone on in this world, it's only natural they may fear something as powerful as you. Um, and yes, they made wrong turns, but Naruto never asked for you to be instilled inside him. It seems to me that you've done a good job with trying to rein him in to some degree, Naruto. Oh well, I mean, we don't really get along. Oh, that's a shame, because the only true path to power is cooperation. But still, something's honest, and he realizes, I see, you're only half of you is here, Kurama. Where could the other half be? Sealed inside that blasted fourth Hokage. It's like, interesting. Uh, and he could, because he's in the Pure Lands technically, and so is actually technically. Yeah, no, Minato's not. He's sealed in the soul of the Shinigami as well, the belly of the Shinigami. None of the Hokage are actually in the Pure Lands right now. Um, and so, I see. Unfortunately, none of the other the Hokages are not in the Pure Lands with me. This must have been the Reaper Death Seal, because he's probably aware of many things that have gone on. All I can say is, Naruto and Kurama, never give up hope. There'll be a time, probably soon, that I'll come back to meet you, Naruto, and I will be giving you a choice, and that choice may decide your fate. But until then, make good use of my eyes. Just, guys, I know if anyone can, it would be you. And so Naruto awakens, and he's got the Rinnegan. And it's like, what? No, Naruto! What's going on? What goes down? Why the look? Why the frown? It's like, oh, sorry, Bisama. Just, it's something, just nothing important for something for later. Anyway, let's do this. And he trains, conquers his dark half. Then obviously him and Kurama. Now him and Kurama kind of have more like a heart to heart about Naruto and him. And you really think you could beat me, brat? It's like, and it's not about if I can. It's about I have to. But your dad is right. Don't you dare speak of him. And Naruto just kind of like flexes his eyes, which does make the fox flinch because he remembers the six paths. And he's just like, like, I don't want to fight if we don't have to. Your dad's right. We can do more working together than me just beating you up or you beating me up. Why does it doesn't have to be this way? And the fox just looks at him. He remembers the old man. And Naruto's like, I'd rather really have you as a friend. And then Naruto actually says, to be honest, I really would rather have you as a friend than just as a guy who just hates me. He just smiles. And the fox just, you talk about friends and hate, but what about that Sasuke? Seems to me that friend hates you pretty well. And Naruto kind of like, I swear, I made a promise I would bring him back, and I never go back on my word. That's my ninja way. And I'll say this. We work together. I will not keep you locked in here anymore. We'll be partners. We will be friend. I'll be your friend. I'm your friend, or I'll be your friend. I'll be your partner. I'm not going to be your jailer or your warden anymore. And the fox like, and he is like, unlock it, brat. And Naruto says, and then Fox still comes at him. Boom. If you, I need to. As you lying, and Naruto just said, you lying to me. And it's like big mistake, and he's about to say big mistake, but he just looks at the fox like, I need to know, brat. Are you worthy of wielding my strength? Come at me with everything you've got. So, it's like, yeah, Naruto's like, all right then. You want it? You got it. And then Naruto goes in. He even activates Sage Mode along with the Six Paths Chakra. Now, or Rinnegan, well, he can't activate the Rinnegan. Rinnegan's already activated, but he's using the Rinnegan. So Naruto was putting up a solid fight until the Fox's chakra started to overwhelm him. And him and Kurama are going at it. The Fox tries to overcrop the chakra, but he's using the Preta Path to kind of offset it instead. And so ultimately it gets to the tug of war. Then Kushina shows up. It's like, Kushina, Oh, my baby boy, he's doing such a good job. And so Naruto ultimately, the fox ultimately kind of just, ultimately, I think the fox surrenders. He sees the fire in his eyes. He sees the sixth path. He sees his father in Naruto. And just as Tsunade says, just one more time, I'll choose to believe. I'll choose to believe in you, old man. I'll choose to believe in him. You win, brat. And it's like, and don't make me regret this. It's like never gonna happen. He just gives a smile. He's like, that smile of yours is irritating. And Kushina's just been watching on. She didn't help because Naruto wasn't asking for it. It's like, I got to do this on my own. But so that, because of that, got more chakra. She lingers for a while longer. They talk. Kurama, she calls him fuzzball. It's like, don't call me that. It's like, yeah. It's like, fuzzball. It's like, I can't say I've missed you that much. But did you hate me, or did you actively enjoy me gone? So at the same time, the fox is kind of enjoying this too. It's like, I haven't had something akin to like family talk in a while. So obviously Kushina starts to fade away. It's like, I'm proud of you, son. It's like, fine, mom. And even the fox is just kind of remembering when his father passed. Like, Meanwhile, Naruto's out in the real world, not just with the KCM1 mode, but the KCM2 mode. Like, he's got the full fox form. Senses Kasame there. Just Shotenin. He's like, Wah! It's like, what do you think you're doing in there? It's like, just to get out of there. And Naruto's something. Now, can Naruto summon the chakra? That's a good question. I would say yes, because Nagato could. So Naruto's, whoa, crap, I forgot to do that. He just hits him with a chakra. Oh! Crab, he has to pull it out, starts blocking their chakra rods. And then, obviously, Naruto suddenly realizes, turns his arm into a cannon, or maybe he just turns it through a grappling net or something like that. Just grabs him. Ultimately, Guy and Naruto kind of put him in his place. Kasame kills himself to, protect the information. The turtle gets attacked by the snake. I can imagine Naruto Shinra tensing the snake off, though. Shinra Tensei! And so they have to go into combat now. He goes into Kurama mode, goes to the battlefield. He meets up with Itachi and Nagato. Obviously, Itachi frees himself from Edo Tensei. They have to deal with Naruto. And Naruto says, I'll deal with Nagato. You go and deal with Kabuto, all right? And are you sure about that? And they do the tech work, except they both have the Rinnegan. So this is actually quite amusing. And it's like, and they're both like, Shinra Tensei, Busara Ten! It's like, what? And he gets pulled as Naruto's being pushed. But Naruto braces himself like he did in the original fight with the fox tails and basically just has him there. And he's got him by that. And Nagato realizes what he's about to do. And Naruto just holds his hands there. He's trying to use the Prita Path to basically, stop him. But Naruto's got so much chakra with the fox that it's not going to help. And Nagato says, do it, Naruto. It's okay. It's like, I'm sorry, Nagato. It's like human path. It rips Nagato's soul out from him. And he just collapses. The Rinnegan is one of the few hard counters to Edo Tensei because you can literally rip souls out with that, and they're not coming back unless you release them. And so Naruto goes on the field. He's attacking the entire field. Naruto's next big moment would be when fighting the Edo Madara, and obviously in the Edo Obito, not the Edo Obito, but Obito. Naruto again. First off, he does get chakra from all the tail beast containers. I think he does free them. Although, to be fair, the human path just kind of tears out a soul and you're done. Where it goes, nobody knows. And then the Naraka path has the demon that can help, the paths recover, but also is, think words here. Also is the lie detector one that can steal souls, which I don't know how that would necessarily work. But point being, Naruto gets all the tail beast chakra. He ultimately using Rinnegan Kurama, which is messed up. Just not as Shockwaves it, but Shinra Tensei's them. Basically uses the Prita Path. Actually, what he could honestly do, think about this bullshit for a second. He can shadow clone Prita Path all the tail beasts into Kurama. Think of it, legitimately he could do, into him, but or I guess into Kurama. In theory, he could do that. Now, the only one who would not be there is Killer Bee, but he's got some Beast Chakra already. And Shikaku, because Shikaku was left in the statue because making Jinchuriki of Shikaku didn't seem to behoove Obito very much. But yeah, if Naruto's to free them, and because they're all just giant masses of chakra, he in theory can just absorb them into himself, stabilize them in there temporarily, or into just different clones, then poof the clones out, and the chakra disperses and the tail beasts disperse. In theory, anyway. And maybe something like that happens where Obito's just like, you little, and Naruto would clearly have the edge, because once he's in that Kamui dimension and hits him with the Rasengan, in this case, he probably just grabs him in his face, and Naruto could end it right there. He could end it right there. He could Preta Path, absorb a lot of chakra, or he can Human Path, or he could just spike him through the head. So Naruto can end it right there. Or, I'm just going even crazier here, Shibaku Tensei into the Kamui dimension. Oh God, how bad? Because technically speaking, if he makes a big enough Shibaku Tensei, which that's all about chakra, even Nagato said I have to make a bigger one when it didn't work. That's all about the chakra and what you're doing. Because the original one apparently made the moon. In theory, like, you see how the Kamui dimension is. Like, if Obito decides to hide in there, only to be basically Naruto has become a Shibaku Tensei prepared. He just throws it into Obito, who then is kind of stuck because he could be in a perpetual state of gravity crushing him. Now Naruto might just hit him with a Rasengan, to be fair, because honestly, the Rasengan only broke his mask, didn't even really hurt him. So I don't think you could pierce that mask with a rod. But regardless, let's move over to the Madara fight real quick. The clones would be, charging in full. The one thing Naruto would have to get used to is the shared vision thing. But I think Naruto with the help of Kurama would be able to manage it. And when Madara sees the Naruto clones there, and maybe a Naruto rushes in because he's got the full chakra mode, mind you, full Kurama mode, rushes in, and they can absorb more chakra with the Preta Path. Even like the third Raikage, or is it the second? Third Raikage, this lightning club, get absorbed. He throws the Naruto just get thrown at the Susanoo. Like, the nine tails content. No, those eyes. That can't be. It's like, you better believe it. Rasengan! And so now he's got to deal with another Rasengan, Rinnegan user. Like, Naruto, in theory, just uses Shinra Tensei along with the making the boulders lighter ability that Onoiki uses. I can't remember the name of it. And just tosses it at Madara. He also technically has a summoning jutsu with the Preta Path animals that are the Animal Path animals. But I don't think he'd use it. I think he would just use the toads. So, yeah, Naruto's got a lot going on here. And if he could get a hold of Madara long enough, he could take his soul out, rip it out of the Edo Tensei, and be done with it. Honestly, no. Obito probably isn't going to get the 6 paths for him in this version. Neither is Madara, because Naruto's going to free the tail beast on his own. Having the Rinnegan is a real big boon to Naruto here because of everything it can do and the nature of what it does in terms of compared to like the nature of other things. Like the nature of the Rinnegan and its absorption ability compared to like tail beast, for example. And if they're willing to let their chakra be absorbed into something. So it's... And now granted, there were like chakra rods placed on the Jinchurikis and the tail beast to prevent like them from being completely taken. So they probably wouldn't be completely free, but Naruto could get a lot of chakra from them to not be a true pseudo 10 tails because he doesn't have any Shikaku's chakra, but be a lot more powerful here than he would have been in the original. Either way, the Shinobi Alliance would come. Naruto gives out chakra. Ultimately, him versus Obito, along with Sasuke, would probably go very bad for Obito. And if Naruto is able to just grasp Madara even once, it's over in the Edo fight. Or in any fight, really. Which, that just begs the question, would he be able to touch Madara at all? And that is a really good question. I don't think he would, just because Madara, even blinded, could take on all the other tail beasts. So it's unlikely that would happen. But the point being is that when Naruto gains his 6th path chakra, he also gains the Rinnegan. His Rinnegan is probably like at full capacity. So he's got a Rinnegan, and that would probably allow him to see, honestly, the Limbo clones. And honestly, because he can probably just absorb them because they are technically physical clones, but they're not. They're in a different state of like dimension, kind of. So he probably would be able to save some of his truth-seeking orbs. Ultimately, they would still get the win. It would just be an easier win, and then it would just come down to Naruto versus Sasuke, which again, Naruto, now having an extra advantage, would win that fight more concisely. And that would probably be the end of it. Now, that being said, would Naruto having the Rinnegan mean anything for his kids, Himawari and Boruto, respectively? Because you do have Hinata, who is a descendant of not Hage Romo, the other Otsutsuki brother, the one who lives on the moon, the one who's the descendant of the Byakugan, and I can't remember their name. Not Toneri. Toneri's the descendant of the descendant. But either way, it's believed she had some chakra that was passed down. So I guess the question is, could a Rinnegan awaken in the next generation? No. And I don't think any of these specific abilities could awaken either, quite frankly. But it could theoretically strengthen maybe their chakra reserves, if nothing else. But that's just my take. If Naruto had gained the Rinnegan from Nagato after his fight with him, it would have been a bigger lock for the win for the rest of the series, and a lot less casualties too. You probably wouldn't have even seen Neji get killed. Neji would still be around, probably paired off with Tenten, would be my guess. But that's just my thoughts. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.